Okay, so you get granted parole April 9th, 2021,
Yeah, yeah,
and you get sent directly to ICE
yes.
and sent back to Panama.
Yeah, I was escorted down here by two homeland security officers. The person who escorted me handed me over to Panamanian authorities.
So at the point that you get back to Panama, how old are you?
Yeah, I was in my 50s because it's going up. So I could say I was like 54, 55, because I'm 60 now. And I'm going on 5 years being home.
So at that point, you spent half your life in prison.
30 years. 30 years.
How did it feel to get released back into Panama and you hadn't been to Panama since you were a teenager?
First reaction, culture shock. Even though I was born and raised here, it was a culture shock. Everything changed. Listen, even the Spanish that I spoke, right? As soon as I open my mouth in Spanish, I speak Spanish. I read it, I write it well. But as soon as I open my mouth, they're like, where you from? Where was that? I was like, oh shit, I thought I had my shit together. So it was a culture shock. Reentry for me here, definitely wouldn't have been the same if I got released in the States, because I had a lot of resources in the States, because I really got into the reentry thing in New York State. Got involved in the development and implementation of a lot of programs in prison. So a lot of people waiting for me if I was able to stay in the States. So here is a different ballgame. You know, there's no reentry programs, there's no the government handing out no this and that like in the States, and you're gonna get the social. Nah. You on your own. Figure it out.
How did you figure it out? Because up to that point, you've never really had a real job. You've never had a 9 to 5. You learned some skills in prison, but you've never actually applied them in the real world.
Yeah, but I was training for them. Meaning through the programs and doing stuff like that. But to be honest with you, Vlad, one thing is to think you got it together before you get out, because you taking all these programs. I went to college, I graduated, blah, blah, blah. When you get out here in the world, and it's the real deal, it's a whole different thing. So right now, I'm at a point where I realize, so one, I'm in an age bracket where a regular job is no room for me to create a 401k retirement plan. So I got to plant my flag just like I did in that game. And that's one of the things that I was preparing for, to come home in that mentality, to understand that if I'm gonna do this thing legit as the way I'm doing it, it's not gonna be as fast, and I have to be patient, and I have to have smart people around me that have my best interests at heart. You know, so for now, things been kind of coming together. I got a little music thing going on. I got a little entrepreneurs, things going on, but not the way it should, but the way I would want it to be, I should say. But now what I got going on is I'm working on my story. I realize that I need to get in front of it because people are telling it, and so we're working on doing a series and some other things. I got some serious people involved. So right now we're in the process of putting that together.
Well, how strong was the temptation once you got back to Panama to say, all right, well, let me just move a little bit of weight. I can get back in the game. I know how to do this. I'll just do a couple quick deals to get on my feet, and then I'll be good.
I'm not gonna lie to you,
and a lot of times, those last couple of deals are the ones that put you back to prison in life.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sit here and be phony with this thing. I made my change. I made a conscious decision to say I'm not getting back in the game. But there were times. So one of the main things for me coming back to Panama, I think I need to highlight this, was my mother. I'm an only child, and my mother, she always stood by me no matter how much I disappointed her. And my main thing trying to get out, my last 15 years, I gotta get to my mom. I gotta get to my mom. She's getting older. She by herself. I gotta get to her. So I got here. So my focus was her. So for the first 3.5 years, my focus was my mom. I made her breakfast myself. I took her to doctor appointments, everything, the whole 9 yards. So that kind of like, also, even if the thought did cross my mind, which it did cross my mind at times, that also deterred me from taking action, because I always thought about what if I slip and I leave her again? And now this time I'm gonna leave her in one of her most vulnerable stages of her life. So it kept me grounded. So I got a couple of dudes that's from my time that's here like, yo, what's up? We know you know how to move up there. As tempting as it was, I had to like decline because I had to put her first. I learned the hard way to put my family first, to put the people around me first. I just can't keep repeating the same pattern.